I want to get some closing remarks from both our guests. I'll begin with you, Joshua, as we wrap up.
I think from what we've seen, and I'm happy with the the spirit that the leaders as well as all of us are engaged in, telling people that even though it is now almost 3, we only have 2 hours. I'm sure there'll be extension of time in some polling stations because of the delay. The main thing is to show up and turn up to vote. More importantly, the peace and calm that has been experienced generally across the Republic should be what is maintained as at the time the counting of the ballot papers as well as the transmission of results would be. I would urge IBC to be fast enough. They should, despite the 7 days they have given within which time they have to transmit results, faster transmission of results brings more or less like a calm atmosphere. By virtue voting is going on right now, you have not seen any incidences. So the same can be said if the transmission and the counting will go on smoothly, and there shouldn't be delays. The moment a result has been declared at the polling station, it is known by law that that is final, then that should be transmitted. And I'm sure many Kenyans are anxious to know the result of the presidential election. And then in every constituency, county, they'll have their own on matters governor, MCA. But more importantly, whatever is so critical to all Kenyans at the moment will be the presidential result. Yeah. So the earlier and the faster the same is relayed, the better for the country.
Fantastic. Irungu, last word goes to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would just remind Kenyans that, you know, it's only been 100 years since the first election that took place, and only Arabs and, you know, people of Arab descent, European descent and Asian descent got to vote. It's really in the 1961 election that Africans got to vote, both men and women, and we cannot betray the struggle that it has taken for all of us to register, all of us to be able to vote in the election. It is only minors, children, and unregistered voters that don't have an opportunity to vote. But it's not over until 22.1 million men, women, and people who don't identify as binary. I guess that's the Victoria factor. That you know, these people are the ones that will determine the outcome of this election. So we have 2 hours left. For the rest of you who are there watching us now, please, I may not be invited back to Citizen, but I request you, please go onto your smartphones, continue watching, but please go out and register, go out and register your vote. Vote in this election. There's just 2 hours to go. And I think for the 150,000 police officers who are out there keeping the peace, keeping safety and stability for all of us, just kudos to you. Keep it, you know, keep it moderate. Don't use excessive force. Just encourage people to be able to exercise their constitutional right. And just for the peace monitors, there are so many of you out there who are just monitoring and highlighting the very few incidents that they've been in various places of violence and intimidation. And just let's make the space open. Let's keep the space open for all of us to come out and vote in the next 2 hours.
All right, thank you so much. Irungu Houghton, Executive Director, Amnesty International Kenya, Joshua Kipto, Nandi County Assembly Speaker, and everybody else who tuned in to a wall-to-wall coverage of Kenya's Choice 2022, a rock-solid 5 hours, and the coverage continues, right?
It continues. We're not lying when we say wall-to-wall. There are no commercial breaks. We are literally handing over to the next team who will take you through the next 5 hours, a formidable team of Mwanahamisi Hamadi, Mashirima Kapombe, and of course, Sam Gituku.
Professor, and like we mentioned, over in Machakos, a lot is going on, and they're supposed to come in now as we hand over to them. Yeah. Shall we? Yes. Leave the wall-to-wall coverage to the team who are coming in now, but also we'll leave you with Lillian Muli, who's in Machakos. There's no rest until the fat lady sings. The fat lady in this case is IBC.
Bye for now.